by the acting chairman, Fiscal Responsibility Commission, Barrister Victor Morocco, at a meeting on modalities for Fiscal Responsibility Index, held today, Thursday, 6th August 2015, at Grand Ibro Hotel. Gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure and privilege to welcome you all to this important meeting. As you are already aware, this novel initiative is a collaborative effort between Fiscal Responsibility Commission and the Center for Social Justice. The Center for Social Justice has been of tremendous assistance to the Commission since inception of the Commission, about 7 years ago, till date. And needless to say that it is a perfect example of what a responsible non-governmental organization should be doing with the government in advancing developmental agenda. I want to doff my hat for CSJ. The Commission, in partnership with the Center for Social Justice, recently had a forum on Fiscal Responsibility Commission on the 11th and 12th of May 2015. Some of us here, and even some of our invited guests, had the privilege of attending the forum, the two-day forum. The forum attracted key officials of Fiscal Responsibility Commissions from states, commissioners of finance, directors of budget, and other critical stakeholders within and outside the country, including the International Monetary Fund, World Bank officials, and other guest speakers. The purpose of the forum was to review the implementation of the FRA and the fiscal responsibility laws, both at the federal and state levels. At the end of the exercise, participants were able to strategize on how to improve implementation of fiscal responsibility laws in their respective areas of jurisdiction. They also co-shared good practices and jointly resolved not-implementation challenges, including the methods and basis for calculating operating surplus, mainstreaming medium-term sector strategies, and medium-term expenditure framework, MTEL. Part of the issues discussed included the debt limitation and compliance with borrowing for infrastructure and human capital development. In short, participants came in away with renewed vigor and determination to improve their operations. It is my firm belief that the successes recorded at the forum can be replicated at this epoch-making gathering, as small as it may seem. At this juncture, permit me to state, if briefly, the journey of the Commission so far. Why? Because it still baffles me to date that most top government officials are still not very conversant with issues concerning Fiscal Responsibility Act and the operation of the Commission. As you're all aware, the Fiscal Responsibility Commission was established by the Fiscal Responsibility Act 2007. The FRC is mandated to monitor and enforce the provisions of the FRA 2007, which objectives are: 1, to provide for prudent management of the nation's resources, to ensure long-term macroeconomic stability of the national economy, to secure greater accountability and transparency in fiscal operations within a medium-term fiscal policy framework, 4, the establishment of Fiscal Responsibility Commission to ensure the promotion and enforcement of the nation's economic objectives set out in the 1999 Constitution. According to the FRA 2007, the FRC, that's the Commission, is also mandated to disseminate such standard practices, including international good practice, that will result in greater efficiency in the allocation and management of public expenditure, revenue collection, debt control, and transparency in fiscal matters, and undertake fiscal and financial studies, analysis and diagnosis, and dissemination of the results thereto to the general public. The signing of the Fiscal Responsibility Bill into law in July 2007 and the subsequent inauguration of the Commission by the late President, former President, Musa Yar'Adua in April 2009 marked a watershed in fiscal management of the country as it institutionalized important features of fiscal policy reforms earlier introduced at the federal level. The fact is that only through sound institutional governance can Nigeria make a difference in fiscal prudence and transparency. In fact, the enactment of the FRA 2007 was informed by the need to reverse the chaotic trend in public finance management at that period. The Nigeria Vision 2020 could not have put it better when it highlighted distinctive features of the period as marked by poor and decaying infrastructure, epileptic power supply, weak fiscal and monetary policy, policy dominance of credit to the public sector, fiscal dominance of credit to the public sector, pervasive rent-seeking behavior by private and public agents, weak institutions and regulatory deficits, over dependence on the oil sector, which is still the case as of today, disconnect between the financial sector and real sector, exchange instability. Confronted with the foregoing anomalies, the federal government, with the assistance of the World Bank, DFID, came up, among other sector reform, with the fiscal responsibility laws to help drive sound fiscal management as well as quantitative fiscal targets such as debt and deficit levels. The bottom line was the enactment of Fiscal Responsibility Act and the signing into law in July 2007, thereby institutionalizing important features of fiscal policy reforms that were earlier introduced at the federal level. Some of the redeeming features of FRA 2007 are its insistence on budgeting based on oil price assumptions, introduction of a medium-term fiscal framework, MTEF, formalization of annual budget process, and establishment of debt management and public borrowing conditionalities. It then goes without saying, therefore, that the signing of Fiscal Responsibility Bill into law in July 2007 marked a watershed in public finance management.